Welcome back to our guided notes of World War I. Here in this particular section, we're looking at the course of the war, meaning how the war began or in the beginning years of World War I. So let's get going, and thank you for tuning in. This is part 2. So let's talk about the course of the war. Okay? Let's go into how the war progressed a bit. So now we have some new war technology. There's new weapons because of industrialization that is making its way to the battlefield, right? Now we have things like airplanes and zeppelins, which is what you're seeing here, like blimps and airplanes. We also have submarines. The Germans called it U-boats, okay? We also have tanks, machine guns, chemical warfare, and even flamethrowers, battleships, a lot of different types of war technology that came about here because of the Industrial Revolution, and also being able to build these new war machinery with new metals that they can manipulate in their factories, right? Alright, so the Schefflin plan, this was a plan derived from Germany, and it was a two-front war with France and Russia. So basically, that was that idea that they would try to go against Russia by doing a rapid invasion of France and then cutting across to get through to Russia, but they would go through Belgium in order to do that. Okay, and their idea was after France was defeated, then they can just circle around and get into Russia. That was the idea, having that two-front war. So, of course, they're fighting France on one side, but they also have to contend with Russia on the other side. And again, like I said, once we go through our maps, or if you have a map in front of you, as you see here with this one somewhat, you can see the idea here of how they were going to circle around this, right? Now, as time progressed, the alliances changed, okay? So now they have new allies and new people that are coming in to help fight this war. So now the Triple Alliance now is named the Central Powers. So now we have Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire that formed an alliance, okay? So Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire, they are one alliance called the Central Powers, right? And the Allied Powers, which was once former the Triple Entente, they're now called the Allied Powers. And they are Great Britain, France, Russia, and then by 1917, the United States comes in as part of the Allied Powers. And of course, as you see here, Great Britain had a really well-equipped, trained army. The United States had a greater industrial capacity and was able to manufacture a lot of machinery and war materials to help out with the war effort. So trench warfare. So during World War I, there was often a stalemate between France and Germany, okay? They were fighting these long battles. Neither one of them were winning the war per se, okay? Especially because of this idea of trench warfare, where they would dig these deep ditches here, as you see here, and they would hide themselves in these ditches to make short, quick attacks, okay? So as you see here, 2 lines of trenches was going from the English Channel all the way to Switzerland. But they were so bogged down in these trench warfare that it lasted a very long time, and no one was really winning the battle at this point. It was just a stalemate. Now, Germany did something. So the British decided to issue a blockade of merchant ships which were providing materials to Germany. But Germany also set up a blockade, right, against Great Britain, so that they won't get war materials either. However, the United States on the side was sending more materials to Great Britain. Germany decided to send a U-boat with a torpedo and hit this boat called the Lusitania. It was carrying, as you see, a cargo of war materials to Great Britain, okay? But it was also a cruise ship. So, again, it was a cruise ship, but they had war materials on the cruise ship, right? As you see here, 1,200 people were killed. 128 of them were Americans. And Woodrow Wilson was livid about that. And sort of under pressure as well from the American people, because American people sort of wanted to be involved in World War I, to stop it per se. Again, that militarism idea of trying to be militaristic and powerful and so forth. So Woodrow Wilson warned Germany that if they did such an attack again, they would not tolerate it. So in other words, if Germany tried to pull a stunt like that again, it would be war, right? Okay. So the United States still continue trading with their allies. Of course, their allies is Great Britain, right? And the British propaganda of what was happening with World War I started to seep into American society, and now Americans are really hyped up on trying to be a part of this war and saying, okay, well, so poor Great Britain, they're going through it. You know, poor France, the French are having it. You know, things like that. They're really harping on, you know, British is trying to really stir up some help, because they need the help, especially with France trying to win this war against Germany. So, on the other hand, Germany was still continuing their unrestricted submarine warfare in the waters. They was not supposed to be doing, submarine warfare. But the United States was able to intercept what was called the Zimmermann telegram. And in this Zimmermann telegram, it would basically say that Germany would form an alliance with Mexico, right? Helping them to gain the land that was taken by the United States from Mexico. So they said they would regain all of that territory back. What territory are we talking about? Places like Arizona, New Mexico, etc. Okay? So with that interception of the Zimmermann telegram, this was the final straw for Woodrow Wilson, and now in 1917, the United States declares war on Germany, and now they are entering into World War I. Okay? And now we reach the applied section. Based on what we're talking about, you're going to analyze this political cartoon using tacos. Time, action, caption, object, summary. We've done this before, but if you need a refresher, remember that time is the date. If there are any dates in the cartoon, list the actions, what's going on in the cartoon, look for the caption, any titles in the cartoon, any objects that are important that would help you to understand the cartoon, you're going to list those, and then using all of the information from Taco, you're going to figure out what this summary is, what is the meaning of the political cartoon. Okay? Go ahead and answer that in your applied section or in Edpuzzle, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.